Hey, what's happening everyone? I'm SirJames coming at you guys with another video, and hopefully you guys are doing alright. As for me, well, today I have a haul video to go ahead and share with you guys, and I think you guys are really going to like what I have here, especially for a particular piece that I've always wanted to get, and to have it in my collection, it's just, I'm still excited just thinking about it. It's right over at the corner of my eye right now, and I just can't wait to share with you guys in this video. But overall, I am actually doing a bit better than I've been in the past 2.5 to 3 months, just because I went over to Frankensons today. The reason why I went to Frankensons is because, well, not being able to do much of anything has been driving me crazy lately. You know, because I'm used to going to Disneyland like every other weekend or something like that, or Universal Studios, just some form of activity to get out of the house and have fun for a day or whatever. Not being able to do much of any of that is just, I couldn't take it anymore. You know, sometimes it's noticeable in my videos where something seems wrong, or maybe I seem depressed. That's because, I've been dealing with depression, and I do things here and there to try to help with that. Whether it's working on something that's 3D printed or whatever the case may be. Sometimes, me making videos helps with that, and sometimes it doesn't. So it's always a variable thing that keeps constantly changing every so often. But to be able to go to Frankensons today and just have a great time for a solid at least 3 hours minimum before it got too crazy on the inside, it was just a great time. And like I said, I got some cool things to share with you guys. And if you guys were kind of concerned about the whole social distancing or the crowd levels, if you go there in the early mornings, because they were maintaining the amount of people that go in the inside, though I think they felt that like towards the afternoon, or probably a couple hours later after they opened up, is that's good to go in the early mornings, because it's not going to be as crowded, and you have a chance to kind of go in and out and cycle through the aisleways, and to finish up before it gets too crazy in there. They have plenty of hand sanitizer stations, masks are required type thing, and so again, it's just my advice. If you do plan on go in the early morning and kind of get in and out situation. If you wait towards the afternoon, there's going to be a huge line of people going in, and on top of that huge line, no one's even social distancing, just so you guys are aware. So let me go ahead and put this guy off to the side here, because he is not part of this haul video, but he's actually going to be a good companion piece next to another item that I have. So let me start with the 3 smaller items here. I actually share these on the community tab. A lot of you guys like them, and a few people pointed out saying, oh, they're probably fake and whatnot. And whether or not these are real Lego or fake Lego doesn't really bother me whatsoever. I just thought these were really cool, and I wanted to have them for my collection. Or just to add it to my collection, because since they're on these blister packs, it'd be kind of cool just to kind of hang in the backdrop, add some more things to the background here. I like improving on this and adding more things. In fact, I'm actually getting a mannequin that I'm going to dress up in some of my costumes and have somewhere over here, or figure out a place for it. So anyways, let's start with the first one here. We have the child, even though it says Baby Yoda on there, but I call him the child. So there he is. Looks really cool. This dome thing that he's in actually does close all the way. There's even a slot here, so if you have like a clear peg and a base, you could have him acting like he's floating, which is pretty neat, that's for sure. And this was like $5. There's another one here for a dark ray, and I thought this was also a dark side ray, I should say. Very neat. What's cool too is that this actually incorporates a couple accessory pieces. So the first one here makes it seem like, again, the saber, it's activated but it's not folded down. Then you have another piece here that you remove the red items pieces, put them on here to initiate the double-bladed saber look. Again, that's also $5. And then my favorite one out of this is the Darth Revan hologram. And it just looks really good. Again, the camera doesn't like all that glare, but that's what he looks like. Really solid figure. So of course, I had to have it. So eventually, sooner or later, you'll find these somewhere back there, once I figure out exactly where. Put these off to the side here. So the first main item that I wanted to showcase is actually not mine. This is the only thing in this video that is not mine. I have a friend by the name Xander. You guys probably have heard of him. I mean, I still have his arcade cabinets. You're not getting these back, Xander. Okay, maybe you will. I want this one though. Anyways, he was looking for some figurines and some hot toys and whatnot. So I've been taking photos of the different booths and whatnot, what they had available. There's particular ones he was looking for and maybe some good deals that he could find. And you know, a lot of the prices were high, some were low, and some were pretty good. I mean, I got some good deals here. And there was a set here that had his attention, which is this set right here. And hopefully I pronounce these guys' names correctly. I've never pronounced their names, so if I mispronounce it, it's just one of my flaws that I have. The Praetorian Guard. I probably butchered that name so badly, I apologize, but there's two different ones here. So this one here comes with the double blade, or with the double blade, and then this one here is with the heavy blade. So let me just show you guys the back artwork here. I think this one might be my favorite out of the two, but then I also like the weapons that come with this guy. So it's kind of hard to tell because, I mean, these guys look really cool. Now, do keep in mind that it only comes with one figure in the box. The reason why there's two on here is because you do get the two different helmets and you do get the two different weapons. So if you wanted to do one look versus the other, you have those options. So eventually, if you wanted to have one of each, then you would have to get like, what, 4 figures, I think? Or maybe there's more than 4. I can't remember how many were in that scene, but really cool nonetheless. Now, these here, it was both of them together for $6.50, which is not too bad of a deal because when I looked online, I saw online for just one of these was like $600-700, so it's quite expensive for a figurine, that's for sure, and one that I don't think is too old anyways. So that is what he got. Now he has given me permission to make a review for one of these. Whether or not I'm going to do that, I'm still thinking about it, just because I kind of opened it up just to kind of take a look at the figure, and he's this nice red in it, and I'm kind of worried that even with gloves that I might somehow ruin something. So again, I don't know if I'm really going to be reviewing one of these or not. So it's kind of up in the air. I just don't want to really risk it for such nice figures. Now the next few items are indeed mine, so these I will be taking out of the box and whatnot. The first one is actually the cheapest out of the figures that I got here. This is the Militaries of Star Wars, which is the Sideshow Collectible Imperial Shock Trooper. This guy right here. And there's a look here. So the reason why I had this guy up here, this captain, is because again he's got the red armor phase 1, and then we got this guy in his red armor phase 2. So I figured that these two would be great companion pieces, one or another. Now this guy was only $110, and there's a reason why, which I'm going to go ahead and take him out of the box, because I'm actually not going to be reviewing him just because of the flaws. So here he is inside the packaging, a very simple package. So basically, here were the issues. For one, as far as weapons go, he was missing one of the blasters. He has the longer rifle here, but the shorter one was missing. As far as the hands go, it's also missing a couple of the hands. I actually just ordered a set of hands on eBay for like $8, so that will complete that. And I think I've seen the gun on there too for I think $20, and a little bit high in price, but I could get that to have this complete. And the other thing too, the reason why I'm not doing a review for, besides some of the missing pieces that are easy to get, is because his right arm doesn't really, the joints kind of worn down over the years. So like for example, the left arm here functions for the most part properly just fine, but this right arm as you can see, oop, I just took off his hand. There we go. But hey, as you can see, there's nothing there keeping that up whatsoever. So it's not like that, just flops right back down. So again, that's why I can't really do a proper review for him. But again, he's going to be a great companion piece. I could probably get him in a few basic poses, best as I could. But for $110, I'm really not going to be complaining much for it. He just looked great, and the fact that there was kind of one out in the open, and it was probably the cheapest that I've seen it, regardless of its flaws, I felt like that was a good deal. But you guys can let me know down below. Okay, next up, another figure that I had an interest for, like probably since last week when someone posted a picture of him, and that is the Star Wars Imperial AT-AT driver right here. So here is the box, and then here is the other side. And see if I can show you guys as best I can with the glare. I figured I'm not sure if I want to do like an unboxing then review or an unboxing and review all in one video. So there he is inside there. He looks really good. It's got the nice suit and everything. Looks great. I was actually looking for a Luke Skywalker in the X-Wing pilot suit. Couldn't find any of them. But this guy was $225, so definitely not bad. Alright, so before we get to the last two items, I want to go ahead and bring out the Shock Trooper once again, as I went ahead and put him in a pose. So first we have the figure that I had out earlier, which is the Clone Captain, if I remember correctly. And I disabled the face tracking, so the camera should be focusing on what's in front of me now a lot better. And then we bring out over the Shock Trooper. And I think these two look great side by side. You got one in the Phase 1 armor, the other in the Phase 2. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Move these off out of the way. Okay, so next item, or in this case the last main piece. This is kind of a double pack here because these two go together. I mean, there's not much I could say about that. But we have, first thing, the Sideshow exclusive Scout Trooper figurine, and this guy definitely looks very, very good. So there's the main box there, and I'll bring them over because I want to kind of properly showcase these briefly in this video. And for this guy, he was at a booth. He actually had two different variations of the Scout Trooper, and I wasn't sure what the main difference was besides the pricing. And so he had them out with the window display, and I noticed that the deluxe or exclusive version, if you will, seemed to be a little bit more weathered up as far as the armor goes. And the other main difference as far as accessories was that he had a sniper rifle included, which I definitely wanted the exclusive one because, one, the armor looked a lot more dirtier, and because it came with a sniper rifle, you know, go big, go home type situation. So this is the one that I ended up getting, definitely worthy investment. Now the other main item that goes perfectly for a Scout Trooper is, you guessed it, a speeder bike. Now the speeder bike here I got for a bargain. There was a guy at a different booth who doesn't have like a lot of Sideshow or Hot Toys or anything like that. He had a bunch of random things, figurines, Transformers, Power Rangers, you name it. And I saw the speeder bike on there. I asked the guy how much, and he gave me a price of $225. Brand new, unopened, steel sealed in its packaging, $225. I looked on eBay just to kind of see what the prices were because I haven't really looked at it quite recently. And I noticed on eBay the lowest one that I saw was $275 plus $15 shipping, and then from there goes to $300, $400 up to $600. So yeah, $225 I think was a pretty much a steal. Now I am fully aware that there's a new one coming out from the Mandalorian, different themed speeder bike and a different variation of the Scout Trooper, a lot more weathered and whatnot, and I think a different manufacturer. But I had to jump the gun on this one because this has basically been one of the sought after items I've been really wanting to have for my collection, and I'm so glad that I did. Let me bring it over to you guys. I'm going to use this as the base to keep it up in the air. Alright, so the first main item here, which there will be a separate video review on these items, by the way. So the first one here is the actual speeder bike itself. As you can see, this thing is big, it's long, it looks really good. This actually can pivot side to side, so you can kind of put it in some dynamic poses or turning. The only thing that was off on this one is that I think the base warped a little bit, so it kind of points down a little bit too much. So I'm probably going to put something underneath to kind of raise it up a little bit more to kind of give it a proper look to it. But again, that's just a minor thing, as sometimes things like that happen in time, and that's just an easy fix regardless. But as you can see, this thing looks great. A lot of people say that this thing is kind of a pain to put together. It's actually quite simple. There was a couple components that were tough to get on that I was kind of worried about snapping, which would be the handlebars and then the feet peg area. And I find that before putting on this front portion here, it's best to put the handlebars on first. And then the feet thing, I just put a lot of pressure and hope that I didn't break anything, which thankfully I did not. But this thing looks great regardless. And now let me get the Scout Trooper. Bring him over here. And hopefully I don't drop anything, because if I do at this point, I will probably be crying. I think this should be good enough, at least best that I can do with this little table here. Not the best situation, but as you can see, the Scout Trooper with the speeder bike, this thing is just epic. And I do plan, probably after I'm done recording and editing this video, is probably attempt to place the Scout Trooper on the actual bike. He does come with 2 additional boots that are tilted in the way meant for the speeder bike. But this has been one of the main pieces that I've wanted for my collection for such a long time. And the fact that I now have this as a set is just so exciting. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Do I plan on getting the newer one? I know I'm planning on the Scout Trooper for sure. Whether or not I'll get the speeder bike, I'm not entirely sure, because as you can see, this thing takes up a lot of space. But I'm for sure going to be getting the Scout Trooper regardless. Anyways, just want to share with you guys this haul video. I know I'm out of focus, but it doesn't matter. I don't care about being I want this to be in focus. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I will have a full review on this set right here together, mind you. It's best to have these together for a review. And then also to the AT-ATs, and what else? And then of course I got the Luke back here. I got the Rey and Kylo Ren. So plenty of stuff to look forward to for the month of July. But once again, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video.